Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna work on this beautiful ephemera that is autumn related. I thought that this is the right season and the right moment in the year to start with these. These are super cute and very useful if you are into crafting and paper crafting. So let's get started. So for this project we're gonna use either color pencils, oil painting, or whatever you have to color the paper. I'm gonna use watercolors. I have some colors here. It's very basic color palette. I'm gonna be using also a clear stamp, of course acrylic block, something to make holes in the paper in certain shape. If you don't have this kind of paper puncher, you can use just the hole puncher and you can make holes across the page. We're gonna go over that later. And of course you're gonna need paper. I'm gonna use this roll of paper that is very convenient for me, but you can use whatever you have on hand. So for this project I'm gonna use I'm gonna make a small little rectangles on this. This paper is very thick and this is what I want because I'm gonna be using watercolor. So what I'm gonna do is just use my scissors and cut some small pieces like this size. You can use a measurement or you can use a cutter, or you want to do a specific size. That's totally up to you. I just want them to look more like rectangles, so I want it to be higher than wider. And this will be enough for me. So once you have the paper cut, the next step is gonna be including the background. So because I want to do this in the tones of autumn, I want to add first the drawing. In my case, I want to do leaves or colors from the autumn. So what I'm gonna do is just get some pieces of paper. I'm getting a mat. I'm gonna use my watercolor. And I chose purposely some orange, some green, and some red, yellow too. So we're gonna just take a little bit of that. I don't have the dropper here, but we're gonna pour some water in there, just enough to have our colors started. But basically I want some colors there. We're gonna achieve the green, of course, easily once we start. And this yellow might be a little bit too harsh for autumn, so we're gonna add a little bit of the orange, and that's more or less the yellow that I want. And then I'm gonna have another portion with the red one, and this is kind of what I want. I might want a little bit darker than that. There you go. This is my red. And then finally, if I add less, if I combine these colors, of course I'm gonna get a beautiful orange. I can add a little bit more water because we need it. Maybe I should spray. So I decided to get actual water, as I should have done in the first place. So we're gonna get even more red and clean up, and we're gonna get an extra yellow to get our beautiful orange. And I want my red to be a little bit darker, so we're gonna add red over here. I think that I have this greenish stuff here, so we're gonna add a tiny bit of the green to make the red a little bit darker. I think I might have added too much green, but we can add more red. And this is the red that I wanted. And finally we're gonna add, of course, a little, oh goodness, we're gonna add a little bit of green. We need a little bit of brown too, but in the brown I would say, oh goodness, if you have all of these, you're not gonna have to suffer like I am right now combining colors, but I like it very much. getting the right colors. And I think this one is purple, but we're gonna work with it. If we combine enough colors, we're gonna get the brown that we want. Let's get a little bit of red. I wanna get this yellow here, and then a little bit of red, and then a little bit of the green. And there you go, we have a beautiful, nice, very subtle brown. And I'm sorry that it took me forever, but we're gonna make some leaves here. Okay, so with just the water here, we're gonna clear up the water first. I have not been using watercolors in a while, so this is something that I really needed to do. And for the leaves, I really don't want to do something like too colorful. I just want to have some beautiful leaves. I'm gonna add a dot here and a dot here, and then I'm just gonna fill out, and then I'm gonna make another leaf over here. Just some small little details with other colors, like the orange, and then we can add a little bit of the yellow over here, and over here maybe we can do a little bit of the green as well, because we know that when we get to autumn, the leaves start changing colors. And I'm making kind of this B, inverted B shape, because this is not watercolor paper. So to me it's easier to just draw inverted. So something like that. And then I can add this orange here. And then I can add some additional leaves around here. And then I can add some extra colors. You know, because again, leaves are not the same color. Okay, so while we let it dry, we can do all of them in different shapes and colors. I'll do this one. For example, if you don't feel like it, you just drop a lot of water. Like I drop a lot of water in these places, and this is gonna just gonna get into the water, and it's gonna irritate. All I have to do is just drop the colors, and I just go with my pen, with my brush like this, like I don't wanna lift up too much. You can go, once you decided the colors that you want to use, you can just go and move it like that, and that's it. You don't have to draw anything. You can do bubbles, for example. Like in my case, I'm gonna maybe make some circles, or try to make some circles. I think that if you add some additional colors around, or you add a little bit of the yellow to make it happier, and you know, it's just whatever you feel comfortable with, and however you feel like you're gonna be okay by using. In my case, I'm trying to use some colors, and we're gonna cover these a lot too, and we're gonna add the stamps, we're gonna add additional distress ink, so it's not like it's gonna be totally vibrant the whole time. And that's why I'm adding a lot of things, and I'm not really concerned about it. We can do, in this one, we can do only leaves, like these, like shapes of a leaf falling in different colors, in different patterns. You can try to do the classical autumn leaf, which I'm not gonna attempt here, but you can if you want to. I'm just gonna do small little lines and do the best I can, and it's gonna be fun. The idea of this is that this makes you happy and relaxed, like it's doing for me. It's doing me a huge favor. Today I was cleaning up the house because last week I was very sick. I felt like I was, I don't know, I was very sick. I got the flu and it was really bad. Anyway, at this point, happily, I'm out of it, but it took me, well, a lot to recover. So I'm gonna put this away to clean up. Okay, now that everything has been dried up, we're gonna go with the next step, which is gonna be stamping on the top of this. Don't worry much about it. I would say do not apply too much pressure only. I'm gonna go for this. So the idea is that it looks a little bit distressed with too much pressure. And I'm gonna add this over here. Something like this. It could be overlap and that's fine. I like having these things like that. I feel like it's a little bit kind of the process. Not too much pressure. It's okay if it's just very dull. That's the idea. If you have something like this postage stand that you want to put in place, I always do have as much as I want. This one is not totally dry, but that's okay at this point. And again, as you can see, it already lost a lot of the totally vibrant colorful spectrum, and now it looks more like something that we can use later. And I won't plan to use this as the background of a card. If you put that in different kind of paper, it's gonna look better. So for the next step, we're gonna use our puncher. Again, if you don't have it, you can just make a line here with your paper puncher. I have this one that is it's very basic too. So I went through this one because this paper is very thick. It's not that easy, and I noticed. So what I'm gonna do is just go through the two sides of this paper, and I should have a very thin paper here, and then that should be it. And then once I complete all of this, I'm gonna be back. So I did my best to cut these. The puncher was not the best. Looking back, I think that probably I would have used only these to go through all the holes, but it's fine. I think this is gonna work out. All right, so as you can see, these pieces are already beautiful. I would add some sort of additional stuff here just because I like it even more obvious. So I'm gonna use this sticker sheet that I have that is autumn related. I'm gonna add some leaves here and there and just enjoy the look of these. Here there's another leaf, and these are, oh, this leaf came off just right, like this one, probably just in the middle. This one had two leaves, and this one something not too high, but it could be something like this probably. And because it has so many oh, I didn't put anything there because I was thinking that the watercolor looks so pretty in there that I didn't want to add too much. But let's just add one leaf over here. There you go. We can add mushrooms or whatever we want, and then I would just add these sentiments like feel your power and stuff like that. I have so many of these. I made them a couple months ago and I haven't been using them because they are a little bit long sometimes. Like feel the sun or dream out loud. I like that one. dream out loud. Okay, all what we have to do now is paste, and then we're gonna distress the edges and we should be done. As I was pasting the sentiments, I found this one that I stamped this beautiful small stamp, and I was thinking this is the way to go. I think this is something that adds up some personality to it. We can just add numbers, we can add whatever we really want to do. And I think that these tiny stamps are really useful for this kind of work, and I love it. Okay, now that everything has been stamped, all what is left is to distress the edges, and that should be it. If you want to, you can go through the holes as well, but the holes usually will not hold very well the distressing. So we have to do something like this, and it's okay if you have holes like that. To me, every time I have a corner that is imperfect, kind of adds personality to it. I like those. Those are fun. And then we add the distressing, and that is it. I really like how it turned out. It is so fun. These are so interesting looking ephemera pieces in the colors of autumn. Let's see how it looks like in a journal. Like I have one over here, it was just open. Look at how pretty it looks like. And these are so gorgeous. Well, maybe I should try somewhere here where we don't see any other image here, like these or these. You know, you can put that, or you can make a hole here and make it a tag instead. But this look like film paper. It's really pretty. I like it. So I hope that you enjoyed this this tutorial. I hope that you try again, and if you don't have a paper puncher, you might be able to make the holes with this. Just make sure that you always push to all the way through the paper, so you always have the hole in the same place. And if you use paper that is like mine, that has lines on it, that's also going to make you do this a lot faster, because it's going to serve you as a guide. Anyway, again, thank you very much for watching this video. If you stay to the end, I do appreciate your time and your attention to the video. I hope to see you next week. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.